Hi, this is Randy again with Celebrations of Tampa Bay. On the last video we did on the A7 III, I said that I probably don't need a Zacuto with the A7 III. Well, after further review, I've changed my mind, and partly due to the last wedding I shot. Shot a great wedding, thought it was the perfect wedding I ever shot, just to discover when I loaded the footage on computer that I had dust spots on the lens. What a disappointment. Now I was able to fix it in post. However, I learned a valuable lesson. The eyepiece viewfinder on the A7 III is pretty good, but not good enough where you can really spot those dust spots. Being the size of the A7 III, being that it's so small, one of the challenges to it is holding it stable. So you almost need a tripod, a stabilizer, or something to keep it stable. However, with the Zacuto, I have found that I'm able to hold it pretty decently stable just by having good form. Now you might be wondering, can the Zacuto work with the A7 III cameras? Well, you can. I mean, it's a smaller camera, so it's a little bit more of a challenge. But to do it, you definitely got to move your record button either to the AF on button or the AEL button, because trying to reach that record button is just too difficult with the Zacuto on there. And you can hit the menu buttons, they're all right. It's a little bit more challenge, but it's doable. But I find the benefits that the Zacuto offers is much worth the inconvenience. The other thing that challenges, in order for this to fit on, I don't know, your square pieces have got to be a little bit above those screws. And with the small size of the A7 III, you don't have that much room. So what I have to do is make sure you put on some extenders. It looks like I got one extender on here. You put on a couple, and that way the viewfinder sits back a little bit. And it's easy to pop on the Zacuto without these red bolts interfering. So it is doable. And you can see more clearly. Now, even with the Zacuto, you may not pick up every dust spots, but at least they're not going to be major specks. On last week's video in the eyepiece, there was a major speck on there, and that I just could not see through the eyepiece, even as good as the eyepiece is on the A7 III. Now, it is still good to use a stabilizer or a tripod, and this camera is ideal with stabilizer for the ceremony. So you might be wondering what lens to use with a stabilizer. I use a Zhiyun Plus stabilizer. Yeah, I started using a 35mm f1.8 Sony lens, but it's just a little too much distance than what you want. So then I dropped back to a 16mm right here, the Sony lens, and I bought a wide angle adapter that is made for this lens as well as for, I believe, the 24mm lens. This fits both on the 16 and the 24mm lens. So you just pop the adapter on like that, and this is the perfect lens for a stabilizer. That's it for the second video of the A7 III. Hey, we're all still learning. So if you have any useful tips on the A7 III, please share them below. I'd love to hear your comments. And as always, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. I got a wedding to go shoot. Bye-bye.